It's the Red, and welcome back to Let's Play Shantae. We are finally going through the desert, and it's time to enter the Golem Mine, where we will find the Golem Stone. Honestly, this is probably going to be the shortest labyrinth in the game. It's actually a pretty easy one. I'm kind of surprised this isn't the first one. Also, I haven't been doing these attacks very much, so let's see if we can kill this thing with it. Kick! Spin! And down it goes. I do think the spinning, the little drill attack, is stronger than the standard hair whip, so I should try and use those a little more often. Kick! And that did not look like a hit. Come on out, you little pest. Yeah, normally those things would take 6 hair whips to defeat, but I just killed it in 5 hits, which means that jump kick move did do 2 damage to it. 3, 4, and jump kick to finish? No. Gotta hide before I can. Okay, maybe not. Well, whatever the case is. Here we have some stalactites and malactites that we can't really get past. We would probably need some sort of ramming ability or something. Oh well, we'll have to come back to that later. For now, we have spiders and rocks, or whatever you want to call these things. We also have a rather long elevator. Down we go. B1. B2. But don't go too far because, hey, there are secrets. Like warp squids. Nice pose there, Shantae. And we'll finish going down, and now we're at the bottom floor, where we will come across this labyrinth's gimmick. Magnets. As you pass through one of those little fields there, you'll turn either blue or red. And the enemies and obstacles within the labyrinth will be affected accordingly. Opposites attract, and same colors push away. So for this particular puzzle, we need to become red so that this thing will stop moving away from us. Because we do need to kill that thing in order to progress. Be careful not to fall here, because lava is instant death. Go figure. And we have a 1-up down below, if you're watching carefully for it. Oh, and the labyrinth theme for this level changes as well. I don't particularly... This one's alright, I guess, but I like the first one better. Anyway, we kill this thing and get a key. As I said, this labyrinth isn't particularly difficult. I mean, it's pretty straightforward in where you need to go. I mean, there are passages on either side. You're going to need to visit all of them before you make your way to the bottom, which is where the boss is. And this part is just a bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing. You have to walk through this area, and you're going to get shocked if you do that, unless you know about this little nook right here, which you can turn into a monkey to get through. And we're going to go ahead and do that right now, so I don't need to take any unnecessary damage. If I can find it. Oh, there it is. Let's get changed back before we take any more damage. You little pests. Am I going to be able to get down there? Well, that's one way to do it. Yeah, while you're the same color as one of those lightning enemies, they will shock you as you pass under them, and that's no good for anybody. Alright, now we're going to have a bit of a durable enemy coming up. It's a rock monster. Come on. Just hair whip it while it's standing up. and stand on this little platform here to avoid taking damage. And it shouldn't be able to get a hit out on you. Facing that thing on a flat terrain, yeah, you could have some problems. Here are some platforms that pop in and out depending on what color you are. See, there's a blue one over there that's kind of going in and out, but the red ones will stay out. And of course, for red, it will work the other way around. So the magnetism gimmick is pretty interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this with the monkey, but you can just press up while hugging the wall and you can climb up, but you don't have to jump up. You'll want to avoid turning red here and just take this little hidden upper path. Because we do need to be blue for this next part. Of course, I could have just ran right through that. Never mind, we actually need to be red. Got that backwards. Okay. So, a red monkey through the nook. So you'll want to lead this thing out through the wall. And stop clinging to the wall, thank you. Okay. Bring it over here. It shouldn't damage you if you walk into it, so don't worry about that. Lead it out here, change it to a girl, and whip it to death. And you will get the key. We'll need to take this key up to the next door. It's that familiar music. Last time we heard this music, we learned a new ability. And sure enough, here's the genie of this labyrinth. She's going to say the exact same thing she said in the last one, so we're just going to skip over all this. And here's our new dance. Down and left. So with this new transformation, we will get to become an elephant. It doesn't jump quite as high, it's kind of fat, it's not very good for platforming. What it is good for, though, is ramming things down. You can do this little dash attack with the B button. It's very good for taking out enemies as well, as a lot of durable enemies can go down in just a few hits, or in most cases, one. So it's a good choice for combat as well. So let's see, we're going to need to become blue and become a monkey. Going back is a little trickier, but only because the path isn't immediately apparent. A lot of wall climbing going on, and then you get about this far, and how are we supposed to get through? There's no pathway to follow. Well, there's a gate here. This is supposed to clue you in that you can get through that way. But frankly, that always threw me off the first time I played through. Oops, I didn't mean to turn red there. I gotta go back and turn blue. Through the grate, and we're up. Careful of the spikes, don't land on them. That was really close and really dumb. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea, going and doing that. Anyway, with those electric enemies out of the way, we can pass through with no problem, and let's get back on the elevator. And head back to the top floor and take out that first set of stalactites that we saw. Become an elephant here. And ram them down. We'll have a bit of a tricky enemy in this room, but we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, it's that jumping magnet right there. He can be a little bit of a problem, but first let's go ahead and get this warp squid. And now we'll go ahead and take care of you. Remember, opposites attract, so beating these things shouldn't be a problem if you are blue. But now we need to chase after that magnet, who seems to pull you towards him no matter what color you are. Beat him to get out of that room, and let's head on back down and see what else we can dig up. On the second floor, we have 2 rooms with stalactites. For some reason, when you do the elephant transformation, you always come out facing the left, even if you're facing right. So weird. Anyway, we have a rock monster down here. Let's demonstrate the strength of the elephant. Boom! 1 hit. Elephant OP, please nerf. And we have another trap room with a couple of these enemies again. Only now we are blue and this thing's gonna move away from us. Thankfully, it's stuck in a wall, so we can take the key, no problem. Hey, you're overrating the music with your stupid magnet sounds. Knock it off. So apparently when they are different colors, they will try and jump away from you. Whereas if you're the same color, they'll jump towards you. What happened to opposites attract? So much for her attractive personality. Anyway, back to an elephant form so we can get to the other side. And when you are opposite colors of these lightning enemies, well, you'll just flip them onto their head, no problem. A lot easier to do this when you're a different color. If I was red, they would be shooting lightning at me right now. And up here we find they are guarding a warp squid. Now we're going to need a monkey transformation. And to head on down here. A precariously placed stalactite that would require you to jump up here carefully. We're hanging onto this ledge by our toe. We certainly wouldn't be able to do this as a girl or as an elephant. 1 enemy to get through in this room. And on the other side, we find another warp squid. That's number 4 for this labyrinth. There is 1 more, but we can't get to it at this time as we lack the ability to do so. So we'll trek back through this way. Take out this rock monster quickly, and take its key. The elephant makes fighting so much easier. As you can see through this locked door, it's the way back to the elevator room. And actually, I didn't mean to come down here, but we can call the elevator back by hitting this little gear here. Now we'll just wait. There it is. And now we can ride it back up. And now we can see what's down the other way. So past the rock monster, if we continue in this direction, we'll need the elephant once more. Ram down the wall, and any enemies in your path. Oh, the elephant can't quite jump high enough. Oh well, back to a girl. And as you can see, we have red enemies, and I am red, so this could be a problem. Ow. We really need to come into this room while we're blue. I can at least take you annoying little jerks out. And up here, we'll find a 1-up. So, right. Let me just backtrack a bit and come back blue so that we can take care of this little guy. Okay, now that we're blue, we should be able to attract this thing to us. And we can beat it that way. And we'll need to because it has a key. And now, it's time to make our way towards the boss chamber. After a little bit of a hike back to the elevator room. Okay, now we're back at the bottom floor, and now we can head towards the boss, which is in this direction. Become an elephant here, as the statue would dictate, and ram said statue. Some stalactites will land in the lava, and we can cross. Because of the monkey's awkward airborne momentum, I don't recommend being a monkey while you go through there. Also, there's the 5th warp squid, but as I said, we can't get up there right now. So we'll just have to leave that be for now. A full health refill here if you need it. And one last locked door to get past. And also some stalactites. Ram them down, and you'll find your way to the door in no time. Hey look, we got our normal colors back! And also, Risky has somehow beat us to the stone again. Seriously, how are you getting past all this with all the locked doors and everything? Or are you the one locking the doors? Oh well. Yoo-hoo! Golem Stone! Come to Mama! I'm onto you, Risky Boots. You're trying to rebuild the steam engine using all 4 magical relics. Well, well, you're a smart little tag-along. I'm hardly tagging along. This single piece of Golem Stone is the only metal, strong enough to hold the other stone's power. Once I have all 4 stones in my possession, I'll create the most powerful weapon this world has ever seen! Ho ho ho! Can you say deja vu? Strange, I feel like this exact same scenario happened once already. Just look at Shantae's face. It's like, really? Are we doing this again? Anyway, this boss couldn't be simpler. If you're good at dancing, that is. You'll just want to jump onto this fist, and we're going to have to wait for that, because now we have to dodge attacks. It shouldn't take too long, though. For this first part, just watch out for the fireballs. If you do this fight correctly, you shouldn't need to dodge anything. But I was too slow getting that dance off, so now I get to do all this. Okay. First of all, turn into an elephant, jump on the fist, and ram the head. Then change back into a girl, and get ready to whip that crystal on his head. Keep whipping until you can't whip it anymore, and then do the dance again. Hope you don't mind if I do it from here. More of a hands-on approach. And I was too slow getting it off again. Sheesh. Trust me, this fight is a lot easier than I'm making it look. I just keep screwing up my dance timing is all. Thankfully, the attacks aren't too difficult to dodge either. Wait for him to clap his hands. become an elephant and jump on top of his fist, and be ready to ram him in the face. Then jump back on his hand and whip his crystal some more. So there you have it. Pretty easy fight, even easier than the first two we fought. And now we have the Golem Stone. Time to head on back outside. Wrench, you're back! Actually, I don't think he ever left. What's this? A note from Sky? It reads, Dear Shantae, someone named Roddy Tops replied to my message. She says she knows the whereabouts of the next magical stone. She travels with the zombie caravan, which is camped east of Watertown. Hope this helps. Friends always, Sky. Oh great, now we have to go back to Watertown. You seeing what's going on here? First they send us to the east, then to the west, then to the east, then to the west. To ensure the maximum amount of traveling. Sounds like my next stop. Alright, I'd better go find that caravan. And find it we shall in the next part. We're going to go zombie hunting in the next video. I'll see you then.